Hey YouTube, Monty53 here. Another gorgeous Sunday. It's about 60 degrees. I do apologize if there's any wind interference between me and the mic. It is a windy day. Smoking a Savinelli 673 with some Pegasus in it. Don't know if that's gonna be backwards on the camera. Spent most of the day at the gun club, volunteering as a range safety officer on our rifle range. With it being 60 degrees, you could tell people just had cabin fever bad. We were packed. We had a waiting list and everything for shooters to come out and use the range. But it was a good day, safe day, and it was fun just watching everybody have a good time. Thought I would tell you one of my stories. This one's pretty much titled, the kids say the darndest things and throw their dads under the bus. Gotta go back about 10 years. My oldest child, one of my daughters, she was about 3 going on 4. Well, actually, let's set this up. I was at work, and I get a phone call from my wife. So you can kind of see where this is going. Now my daughter, let's say, is 3 going on 4. And I have another daughter who was 1 going on 2. At the same time. Well, that morning, my wife was getting my kids ready to go to preschool and to daycare. And I was already at work, and it was probably around 7:30 in the morning. And again, this was 10 years ago. Oh, and I should set up the the whole idea of what was going on. Our house is on a cul-de-sac, and it was around April. And so, you get the nice 50, 60 degree days. Even in the morning, it was kind of warm that day. So my wife had the kitchen windows up. And our little ranch, we have a small little ranch in this cul-de-sac. And our driveway just sits off the window to the right, the kitchen window off to the right. And my neighbor next door was having some water issues. So the city came out and was checking to check his water pressure, and they found out they had to dig up in his yard and do some work. So that morning, after I had left, I park out in the driveway. My wife parks in the garage. I guess the city worker parked his truck in our driveway, thinking he could keep his truck out of the way while once all the crew comes in to dig up a neighbor's yard, it would be better if he parked his truck in our driveway. Well, I guess he parked his truck in the driveway, and while waiting, thought he would sit out of his truck and smoke a cigarette. Now, my at the time 3 going on 4-year-old daughter was looking out the kitchen window with the window open, looking at the guy, while my wife was getting my other daughter ready to go to daycare and then go to work from there. Well, my wife's watching my daughter in the kitchen, looking at her, looking out the window. Like, well, what are you looking at? And then the next thing you know, my daughter, the 3-year-old, starts banging on the window as hard as she can. And next thing you know, my wife hears her yell out, "Hey, jackass, you gotta move your truck. My mom's gotta take my sister to school." Well, my wife right there just about dies, runs to the kitchen, and grabs my daughter. "What are you doing?" Then she looks out the window and sees the guy in the driveway staring at the window at my daughter with his mouth wide open, like, "What the hell?" My wife's like, "Oh God." She closes the window, turns to my daughter and says, "Hey, we don't say those words." And my beautiful child says, "Dad does." You know, so I get thrown under the bus. In the meantime, my poor wife opens up the garage door to load up both girls into the minivan. The guy moved his truck into the cul-de-sac and is just looking at my wife, and my daughter's just staring at him with a mean face. And my wife's just trying to hide her face while she's loading up the 2 kids. She's so embarrassed. And my wife leaves, and the guy just sits there and watches her go. Probably couldn't believe what that 3-year-old said. Ha! Well, then I get that phone call. And I'm like, "What happened?" She's like, "You're in trouble." So I was in the doghouse for the day. And to be honest with you, I'm sorry. I know I should be careful. You got to be careful what you say near your kids. But I was laughing at work. You try to be clean. Watch what you say. Even when you're single. Then you get married and you really got to watch what you say. But then you have kids. And you really need to watch what you say. Because they are sponges and they'll repeat it. And they will use it properly in a sentence. Yeah, it was 10 years ago, and that's coming up about a month from now. But man, that poor guy probably didn't know what hit him. And it was a 3-year-old little girl. I bet he won't park in someone's driveway again. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. And wherever you are, I'm hoping the weather is as nice as it is here today. "60 beautiful degrees, slightly cold wind. Got to spend my whole day outside watching a bunch of men and women celebrating their freedom and doing it in a very safe manner. Nobody got in trouble. I didn't have to reprimand anybody. Just got to watch them and have fun. And at the same time, my daughter was out on the shotgun range practicing with her team. It was a great day. So I wish you all to have a great day. Have a wonderful Sunday. Have a great week. And we'll catch you next week with another story. Take care.